yeah, this is gonna be weird. Why? Because, well, we're on a new streaming platform, so it's gonna take us a little bit to get used to it. But welcome everybody to the Give It podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts, the most Black Spartan, Tafara TV, Total Justice Gaming, guys. How we feel on this much needed day of weekend rest?
Starting to feel it, Mr. Krabs, but we got... Nope, there's an extra day this month. I have 14 more days of this, so pray for me.
Well, we do appreciate the walkathon, especially with this man. I give it to Tafari for not only playing video games while on a treadmill, which you would think is easy. It's not, especially for some games. This man pulled out Dance Dance Revolution. If that is not a game that does not challenge you, nothing will. Joe, how are you feeling this weekend, man?
I'm a little snorty, but I exist.
Oh no! Don't tell me you're coming down with a cold too.
Nah, I have no idea.
Okay, just making sure. But as you can see, guys, we are a little bit on the older side as we leveled up, so we do try to watch our language, but words do fly. At the same time, guys, we do show a lot of trailers and games that may not be suitable for young viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Aside from that, welcome. Well, I would be remiss if we don't start with the first thing that everybody's been talking about that is very much needed on this holiday weekend. Daredevil's Born Again trailer was just released, and before I actually play this, fellas, any words that we want to go over first before we watch it in all its glory?
Violence. That is all.
Here's Daredevil and me.
Oh,
yeah, weird about during.
Yeah, we'll have to adjust that later. But for all those that haven't seen the trailer for Daredevil Born Again, here it is.
Thank you for finding the time. Well, I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again. A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
The mayor serves his city. I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us.
The city can't go unchecked.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken. And chaos must reign.
Am I putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
All I can say is I know it's been a word that's overused quite a lot, but absolute cinema. For all those that have known that was Marvel's Daredevil Born Again. Again, the anticipated new series, if you guys remember from the Netflix version, which again kind of set off this whole thing of bringing back Charlie Cox, but you did see him in No Way Home, reprising his role as Matt Murdock, and now we will see him on Disney Plus in 2 months. So, fellas, how do we feel? I mean, has the hype met its level? Do we have concerns? Let's hear them.
Yeah, I'm happy we're keeping the Netflix violence. Very curious to see who all makes a comeback because I know they had to save the show from itself like 5 different times because apparently they
Mhm.
tried to, well, I think kill off like everybody in the show. They were gonna get rid of Foggy. They were gonna get rid of Karen. I'm curious how much She-Hulk plays into this. Curious where we are MCU wise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what all from Echo might play into this because I thought Fisk was not supposed to be violent anymore. Uh, and then I know they got Muse, White Tiger, who I know a little bit about from Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's so sad about him.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Chris told me about that. I didn't realize. But yeah, I'm glad I'm going in with a lot of familiarity.
Yeah.
Saw Bullseye here. I'm glad Frank's back, but I need Luke and Jessica. I need Luke and Jessica. Danny, I don't know if him or one of his many. I don't know if him and the Iron Glocks will make a return, but we'll see.
Joe?
Well, I'm glad that they're doing the Chip Zdarsky Devil's Reign warrant run. I'm interested to see how they're doing that without the anti-vigilante stance and the lack of the full-on every supervillain is now a government agent and every superhero is back in the sewers again. But we'll
Mm-hmm.
get to that when we get to that. It'll be interesting to see if it ends the same way with Luke Cage becoming mayor by the end of it. But
That was my take from it. Agree
we'll
with
see
you.
how that goes.
No, agree with you fully. It is the Devil's Run. It is the Chip Zdarsky run. Forgive me for mispronouncing that. I was saying, and we also said this with Chris and the others, Blur's Eye View. And I said this. This does open the door kind of for a Defenders reunion, just because Jessica Jones could appear. Luke Cage, of course, I said this before. Mike Coulter has gotten irreparably silent since Evil has wrapped up. So if he is back in the fold, we'll find out then. I would just be really surprised also with Finn reprising his role as Danny Rand. I would like to see a different Iron Fist. Do I think it's possible? Yes. Won't know yet until March the 4th. But yeah. Oh, and Muse. I am so glad to see Muse. And I mean, don't be wrong. Happy to see White Tiger, but Muse is going to be Daredevil's kryptonite, and I can't wait to see what type of fight that is. But yeah, I got no issues with it. I'm looking forward to it. What you gonna say,
I'm
Joe?
wondering if this is going to be what they did with Echo, where the PG version is going to be on Disney Plus and the rated R version is going to be on Hulu.
I wonder that too, just because Daredevil. I mean, the Daredevil story they're telling is definitely not kid friendly. But again, neither was Echo. Echo definitely wasn't. Echo wasn't kid friendly, but I wonder will they do that split because I would like for them to keep and I understand Disney. Disney, your money is toys. Money is toys. Money is merch. Everything else. And with Daredevil coming out March 4th, you guys want a slew of things that you're trying to advertise and sell off. So I know it's hard to say whether or not they are going to advertise this to where it's safe enough for kids to. I mean, safe enough for kids to get a hold of, but again, the target demographic is older. Is our generation. We want the grittiness. We want the turmoil. We want the actual infighting. Because I mean, let's be honest, Matt Murdock is doing more fighting with himself than he is with other people. And we get to see Frank, which we wonder where the Punisher has been all this time. So I want to say they'll keep the violence, but I don't think they're going to risk enough because let's be honest, if it wasn't for how Werewolf by Night was taken, if it wasn't how Echo was taken, I don't think Daredevil Born Again would have been given this level of brutality. I don't think they would have been given it successfully, but that's just me. But either way, it just the trailer sets up to where I want to watch it. And against Mr. DeForio, please, sir, don't change. I want to hear at least when I was a boy. I need to hear that I need to hear that monologue at least 5 times during this run. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say the diner looks like it's post whatever. It seems like they were fighting the same people from like 2 different or in the
Mhm.
same place in the beginning. So
Yeah.
it seems post whatever scrap they were into the dinner, but it's like it seems that whatever rage they took out of him in Echo is like he can't channel it when they're having that diner conversation.
Seems
Because
like it.
you can tell he's uncomfortable, but it's like he can't kingpin at that moment.
Right.
I didn't take it as him losing his rage. I took it as him Echo removing his childhood trauma.
Okay. That's
So,
another.
like, I mean, still, I mean, that lessens his anger, but like,
Yeah,
it's this. He can be angry about other things.
it's
Yeah.
like the
He
fight.
just moved. She just let him get past that wall thing he had going on. Now he can
True.
be angry about a whole new slew of things,
That
like
is true.
having his memory wiped of Daredevil's identity.
I was gonna say about Vanessa getting attacked because every time Vanessa got hurt, whoo.
I would say because yeah, there he's. It looks like he's in a dinner date with her when he gets attacked. So I'm like, that could be what allows him to fight at that moment, but it could be that he can't do it always. But yeah,
Mhm.
would he forget Daredevil's identity because of No Way Home?
No, somebody else does it.
Okay. Yeah, I think Bullseye was in there too.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we get a No Way Home reference or
I
who
would
all,
like. I
what all.
want to say we should. If it's all operating within the same, if it's all operating with the same universe, I like to think we should.
I'm curious to see what he remembers or references at all from that case because
Hmm.
going to court against She-Hulk, and then he's got 5 variants of costumes. So
Well,
he's
remember at the end of the movie, no one knows Peter is
Spider
Spider-Man,
Man, right?
and the
right.
whole point of the case that brought on Matt was that Peter was Spider-Man.
Right.
So I'm curious, like, does the case get dismissed, like, just disappear? Does he remember
It
that?
just disappears.
I would have to think disappears because I mean nobody's accusing him. Nobody's accusing him. So
It's
I would think that.
also the New York judicial system. Do you have any idea how long that thing's going to be in limbo, anyways? Literally.
I mean, it's a fair point, but I don't know. It's just I think it is a lot of unanswered questions that will have to be addressed. But I do want to see how they do handle the No Way Home angle because if they want to fix their current, if they want to fix the phase, everything has to connect properly. But uh,
Because for me, they still seized all the Stark assets, which are then being used in Miss Marvel. So I'm like, what all went with because of Peter, and what all gets undone because he. Like, I'm curious if he's just like, yeah, I had to represent Spider-Man once, and he just
mhm.
memories are just someone in full costume.
I mean, and the thing that leads up to Armor Wars. So Armor Wars and Ironheart. So somewhere along the lines, that all has to make sense. But I'm hoping they don't try. I'm really hoping they don't try to do it in the first episode. I don't need that. I mean, let it. You can explain it away, but you don't have to just gun through it in the first episode. And be like, okay, now you caught up with the rest of the world.
Do
But
we know if this is the Hand attacking them or not?
so what?
Do we know if this is the Hand attacking them or not?
I feel like we'll be done with that. I feel like for the sake of new writing staff and wanting to make their own waves, I feel like they
Mhm.
won't touch the Hand. I feel like anything from the past that isn't a character will be
Yeah.
referenced. I could see that writing room being like, do not touch anything from Netflix. We want to like.
No, actually, I
Yeah.
kind of want that because if they do, that means they can do the spin-off with Punisher with Jason Aaron's run on Punisher, him involving the Hand and becoming the new demon of the Hand.
And that would kind of set that up for Elektra and for Elektra and Matt to be taking over the fist. So it makes it. I mean, it makes a good point. Like I said, I'm just curious to see how it gets done. I mean, granted, we gotta wait another couple of months, but hey, I've waited for 10 years for video games. I can wait 2 months for a series. But any other thoughts, sir? Any other thoughts, guys, before we go on to the next one?
This is a longer show, isn't it? Like it's like a lot of episodes.
Uh, Help me out here, Joe. 15 or 18?
18, I think. I also want to know which costume we're getting. Are we getting like the Shadowland costume? We getting the Daredevil costume? Clearly, the only costume I think is off the board is the white costume.
Yeah.
I doubt we're going to hell at the end of this series.
I don't know if we're going to get the Shaolin costume. I wouldn't be against it.
No, not the Shaolin costume, the Shadowland.
Yeah, Shadowland. Did I say Shaolin?
Yeah.
Sorry, Shadowland. My mind and brain went two different directions. I wouldn't mind the Shadowland costume. I really wouldn't. But I kind of want. Well, no, he couldn't stick with She-Hulk when he had the yellow, when he had the black, and he had the red and yellow.
He had the yellow and purple.
Yeah, so I doubt he'll have that.
Well, he had a gold helmet, so it was in there. So
yeah, the helmet was definitely there, but I just don't know if they're going to go that route. But I'm just curious. But I guess we'll have to wait till March 4th to find that out. But speaking of things that we found out for Evo, because they bought it, it's keeping going, and Evo does happen August the 1st to the 3rd. But what's interesting, guys, is the lineup. Just to go really quickly over this, the lineup for Evo 2025: Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Under Night in Birth, Sid Celeste, Mortal Kombat 1, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Also coming into the new extended lineup, which they also mentioned, Rivals of Ether, Virtua Fighter 5, King of Fighters 15, Grand Blaze Battle Blue, Killer Instinct, and we have 2 question marks. So, although I would love one day to go to Vegas and love to take my shot at trying to play these games at Evo, are we surprised, guys? I'm just going to throw this out there. Are we really surprised that we're seeing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Virtua Fighter 5 and surprisingly Killer Instinct in the lineup for 2025? Or is this just should be accepted as part of the norm for what the slot of games we have right now?
May I?
Go ahead.
I'm hearing myself on your end.
All right.
Okay. No, still here. No, I'm not confused by any of that. I'm confused by Mortal Kombat 1 is in the top 8.
That's I mean,
if it were up to me, I'd be swapping the Virtual Fighter to help Virtual Fighter 6,
right?
Or Virtual Fighter 1, whatever we're going to call it, and move MK1 down because it's not there for it anymore.
I mean, true. I'm still surprised about Fatal Fury because Fatal Fury comes out
April 27th.
Thank you. So, it still has a lot of time. But I guess
not 3 months.
I mean, I know it has a lot of time, so I'm getting at between April and August. It's still a lot of time. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I mean, since the arrival of the Capcom Fighting Collection Pack that actually had that game, is it Capcom's way of gauging whether or not they want to try another hand at this or just stick with what they already have?
No, they just want to see how many people get frustrated with just long between now and then.
Damn.
The Wizard. Don't get Wizard.
I'm sorry, Tafara, go ahead.
Are they running which organization? I can very having this draft.
Try that one more time. It was breaking up on our side.
Is it? Are we good?
Yeah, you're good now.
I was saying console. Nintendo.
I got bits and pieces of that. So Nintendo sending cease and desist.
All right.
Hang on. Let's do this.
Let's do yourself. See if that doesn't help.
Try it now, Tafara.
I switched on my mic.
Oh, he switches mic.
All right. I hear myself able, but whatever. Nintendo not played on. Okay. I too fast cuts. Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I realized if you talk too fast with that up, it like the words can't catch each other and they cut each other off. I don't know why it does that.
No, you're good. But good.
Yeah, my whole thing. I was just like, I'm curious, especially competitively, if people are going to be pissed if they announce only one console for that. I could also see Nintendo saying, "I dare you to put us in there under our console for MVC2," and
Mhm.
cease and desist like pre-drafted just because. But yeah, people have never stopped playing MVC2, so I'm not shocked it's up there. And once again, the Smash players are outside knocking on the door, asking if they can come in.
Pretty much.
Much like ordering a well done steak, they have been politely yet firmly asked to leave.
I was gonna say, so what happened with Smash that it's just like Mortal Kombat gets into these tournaments?
Nintendo does not want Smash to be a competitive game,
Right,
and
right, right,
because
right.
Evo is like purely Sony owned, Nintendo will not allow them to do Smash on
huh.
main event stages anymore.
So Nintendo still being a dick.
Yeah,
Yep.
Things never change. But especially with Smash being so popular, but Nintendo, I mean, come on, guys. We're literally about to talk about the next thing that involves you guys, and you're still just wanting to be dicks. Especially with the fact that the next video that we're talking about is the Switch 2, which was announced. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if Nintendo's been trying to follow Apple, but they might need to go ask for some pointers. And what I mean by this, people, is what how can I put this so nicely? Just watch. Yeah. So that was Nintendo's first look at the Nintendo Switch 2. Obviously, some things have a little bit bigger. Joy Cons are a little bit are updated. It looks like the screen is a little bit narrower, but the connection wise, they have changed. Bright colors, bigger screens. Um, no notices of games except Mario Kart being played on it. Fellas, is
That's not
this
entirely true.
say what?
It's not entirely true.
I mean, we saw Mario. We saw Mario as far as backwards compatibility. But with that being said, guys, and I'm just going to throw this out there: was this underwhelming, or we just like saying, "Here, guys, here it is. Here's Switch 2. We're going to talk about it come in April. Be happy, I guess." Or is that just, or is this just a failed marketing act?
I mean, I certainly miss the stop in the middle of a basketball court and pickup game to play the Switch, but you know,
Mm.
or all those teenagers in a loft that no one could afford in New York.
Ooh, Kira could probably agree with you on that.
I mean, you know,
I
even if
just,
it was all of them, they'd be able to afford it, but you know, that's about it.
I mean,
They were lucky.
I'm just saying it's just,
It's
and
just a Steam Deck.
it just, I just feel like it's under. I mean, compared to when the original Nintendo Switch came out, I mean, compare that commercial to that trailer. It just feels like night and day. It's like you guys had a perfect opportunity outside of showing us the hardware that you could have turned around and said, okay, here's the games that you can play on it. Is it backwards compatible? Absolutely. Which we've been asking for since the original Wii. We've been asking for backwards compatibility, but not really saying, not really showing anything, just saying that it's possible, and just a nice little clip of Mario Kart 8 on the Switch 2. It just feels like a miss. It just feels like a swing and a miss on this one. It's like your
I don't think they
next.
had any choice anymore. I think
So,
that they just kept getting leaked and leaked and leaked where Nintendo just like show it.
That was a very here man damn type of presentation.
right.
I also it could either it's going to be an upgraded Mario Kart, if not a new game, because there was 24 players on screen versus the
Mhm.
normal 16 or
Yeah.
Well, it's like 12 to 16.
yeah, so room and enough data to run 8 more players online or locally. So, but also I was shocked that they even went with the title. I feel like they didn't even want to call it Switch 2, and they just got tired of everyone saying that and just went with it, because they've never numerically named anything. It's always been like just one and done as successors. I think outside of GameCube and the N64, it's
Mhm.
but NES, SNES, Wii, Wii U, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Advanced, Micro, SP, DS, DS Lite, 2DS, 3DS, 2 and 3DS XL, Switch, Switch OLED, Switch Lite, and
Mhm.
they're like, all right, fine, Switch 2, since that's apparently what y'all are going to call it anyway. I
I
just need
think
to
it's
see.
because there's no real innovation with this one other than it's just a beefier console.
Pretty
It's
much.
not like we're looking at Switch Labo Deluxe. If you remember what Labo is,
Yeah.
congrats.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also don't think they're doing too much with the amiibos anymore either. Like someone's like, "Where's the amiibo ports?" Like,
They're
I think
stepping
that's
away from
fine.
them.
Yeah, I think
No.
the dock is bigger, so you can't put you can't mix and match new and old switches on it. I'm curious to see
Mhm.
if the cartridges are slightly different, and that's what keeps if that's what keeps people from putting, or that's what makes the games basically exclusive. And again, it still feels like you said, a beefier console, not anything new. So it's
Mhm.
very much, are we getting new games, or are they just going to be beefier versions of what we have already? Because
And
Here's
Mario
that.
Kart 8 is still a Wii U title that we just got a complete edition of on the Switch. And I'm
Mhm.
curious if they are going to drop like what, a Smash Ultimate Deluxe where everybody's on it,
Yeah.
and then they like kick Sakurai out of bed and say, technically this is a new game, make more DLC.
here's
Um,
how I look at this: is the beefier console allows third-party companies to be able to put their games on Switch.
and that's what
Right.
I was gonna say. If they're gonna do a direct, that's fine. I would do a partner showcase first, because your games run perfectly. I said in my reaction, I need to see how a Mortal Kombat game runs on here before y'all try to get anyone's money, because that has been your widowmaker for the last like 3 consoles: the OLED, the Switch, and the Lite.
That's fair. But it's just, but like I said, it's just you had a perfect opportunity to really show something. Now, if it's innovations in the Joy Cons, okay, cool. Innovations in how to connect and how to play, okay, great. We do know for the most part that that as far as storage goes, storage seems to be the same. You know, whether you can still, I think they're moving to, I think still using micro SD cards, so you can still kick up your storage to about 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. So at least that's still there. but it's like, give us something to be excited about because you're about to probably put a $400 to $500 price tag on this machine. And outside of backwards compatibility, I'm going to be honest, it's not worth it. It's not worth the half a stack. It wouldn't be worth for the half a stack just for backwards compatibility alone, in my opinion. But again, it's like I just feel like Nintendo, like we all said, Nintendo was like, y'all kept begging. Here it is. Now you know it's coming out. We're going to give you the rest of the information a few months from now. I just feel like Nintendo could have done better.
Yeah, well, this could have waited to the actual direct in a few months if that's going to be the case. I will say magnetic Joy-Cons because I haven't had it, but I have heard. I mean, kids don't know their own strength, so I can get it. People can break the clips on the little sliders. I did see that they have the little caps you can put on the Joy-Cons. I did see apparently there's a mouse mode they can do now.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope we get other color variations, or if other people try to make their own. I hope they're less. I hope they're not super like cease and desist like they were before the first time.
Mm-hmm.
What else was it? Yeah, also because this all got. Unfortunately, I found all this out through CES, and it's like if you wanted to keep that information locked down, probably don't give the specs out or the patents out before you ready to make this announcement. Because what is it? I think one of the people that make like cases, Genki, who makes like cases, had one out there, and they're like, "Hey, we didn't get this illegally, so."
Oh yeah, CES had more leaks this year than any other year, but no. But I agree. Nintendo could have sat on this, and just waited till April the 4th and announced it, and then give us the whole spill. Not just give us something and say, okay, you guys are right, now leave us alone. But again, digress. But moving right along before we get over to our next couple of trailers, guys. PlayStation Plus catalog update. If you guys don't already know,
Facebook.
Say what?
We live on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, because it shows the icons here on Okay.
Yep. So far, so good. Streamlabs hasn't let us down quite yet, but once we figure out the audio issues, but that's not on them. But PlayStation Plus game catalog, guys. For January, God of War Ragnarok, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand, SD Gundam, Battle Alliance. Let's see what else. Also, Medieval Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings will launch on PlayStation Plus Premium if you have that. Really quickly, God of War Ragnarok. Who hasn't played it? That itself. Hey, thanks for watching, boyo. But anyway,
Me. I have not played it because I think games where I can jump more than 2 feet.
Say what? One more time, Joe?
I have not played it yet because I played adventures where I can jump more than 2 feet across rivers.
Oh, you gotta play Ragnarok. At least for the story alone, you gotta play it.
I got Gundam Alliance.
And I'm telling you, you're missing out on a great story.
I have YouTube specifically on robot kills.
Still saying it, but Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. Played this, loved it. If you played Yakuza Like a Dragon, you will not miss out. This is definitely worth playing. Within that same vein, to play as Kazuo Kiryu, again, fun. I think it took me almost a good 2 weeks to finish it, but yeah, it definitely is not lacking content. Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand, played it. It's not bad. It's a nice little fun banger if you got a couple of days. Really not a bad story, but gameplay was definitely fun and has some challenges. I will admit that wholeheartedly. SD Gundam Battle Alliance. Well, I was gonna say what I asked Joe about that one. I haven't played that one. I assume it's good. I haven't really had a bad Gundam game. Joe, have you played this?
Played the demo for it. Third-person hack slash. It's also really fun and messes with the timelines. So it's one of those also dream battle scenarios.
Gotcha. Okay. This one I can't say. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Anybody in the room played this one?
No.
Okay. Never heard of this one, but if you have in the comments played it, let us know. We would like to know your opinion on this. Good Lord. Anno Mutationum. Never heard of this one either. So again, if you've played this in the comments, let us know. Orcs Must Die 3. That's always fun to play, no matter what platform you're on. Citizen Sleeper. Never played this one either. I think this is a narrative-driven game that came out. I want to say I remember this about 3 years ago.
I
When it
played
came
it.
out. Say what, Joe?
I played it.
How do you like it?
It's interesting. It's a narrative game that your narrative is dependent on your dice rolls and dice management.
Gotcha. Okay, that's nice to know. And Poker Club. Why? Because it's poker. But like we said, Indiana Jones Staff of Kings, not the current game, the Great Circle, which is currently available on Xbox Game Pass if you want to play it. But for PlayStation Plus, Indiana Jones Staff King will be available. Medieval 2 will also be available. So really, for this entire month of January, not bad games. If anything, for at least for those top four, I know are all great games. Joe can definitely tell about Battle Alliance. I say Ragnarok. If you ever get the chance, you should definitely play it. Atlas Fall, Reign of Sand, definitely fun, definitely worth playing. Of course, The Man Who Erased His Name. I cannot stress that enough, how fun that is to play that as well. But still not a bad haul for this week. But guys, any thoughts on that?
I know the free tier, I forget what the third one is. They have Suicide Squad, which, I mean, go ahead if you want to. I downloaded it just in case. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a drunken stream in like 5 years. And
This
the
is
terrible, which I've heard is like very like low energy requirement, but just a very entertaining, like mess with your head type of game.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, and I guess they have the Ultra Deluxe Edition, which I didn't know that game had DLC. So that one I've heard is very much worth picking up and just playing when you have time to just kill.
Yeah, makes sense. Joe, anything else you want to add to the haul?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. So if you do got PlayStation Plus, check it out. You will not be disappointed with those kind of hauls. I actually like those picks. But moving on to Street Fighter 6. Why? Because Mai's gameplay trailer has came out, and certain people, incels, may have had an issue with the physics. But either way, if you haven't seen the gameplay trailer, here it is.
Hey everyone! Get ready to feast your eyes on the strongest Shiranui fighter around! Yo, Nipponichi! Show me what you have. I'm not gonna lose.
Round one.
Stay down. Really now? You shouldn't keep a girl waiting. Watch your head. I am the pride of the Shiranui. The secret of the Shiranui. Hello there. Locked in. You're mine. In my sight. Get me here. Shiranui technique. As predicted. My turn. Finish lane. Feast your eyes. Floating like a butterfly. Stinging like a bee. Hey, what are you looking at? Up here.
Okay, so that was the My gameplay trailer for Street Fighter 6 as she wraps up the fight in year 2 of Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't the biggest My player. What's wrong, Joe? You muted.
Elena finishes up the season.
Oh, right, Elena. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot about how the year works. Thank you for that. But I know I'm not the biggest mod player, but Joe, I guess I should ask Gary, is this gonna be one of the ones you're gonna try in Street Fighter 6 when you're streaming, or?
Oh yeah, she's basically Terry, where she is every iteration of Mai in one version. And she also has the install from the new City of Wolves game come out, which is why she has the on fire status that leads to all those flaming effects and extra hits, and the fan being on block becomes an overhead, falling overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, her taunt is actually very damaging. They put out her taunt today with DJ, and it's a callback to the animated movies where she gets up on stage, does this big thing with fireworks, and if you hold it long enough, there's this multi-hitting fire attack on them and can kill. I'm really looking forward to it. Big My fan for the longest time. KOF Women's Team 95.
Okay.
Since then, so I'm really looking forward to it. I think she looks really good. Everyone complaining that her jump is floating. It's like, well, it's floating for a reason because you have options in the air.
Mm-hmm.
She seems like she's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not a tier person, so I couldn't tell you.
Gotcha.
Where she is. Do they give a date?
When she be available?
Yes.
Did not say, but let's do a quick look up while you're doing that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I had to think about that. Did I play with her on Fatal Fury? And I don't think I did, so I can't say for now she actually worth playing. Also, it looks like supposedly she'll be available February 5th. Supposedly. Supposedly February 5th is when she'll be available on Street Fighter 6.
What you do in between packing?
Yep. But Tafara, any thoughts on Mai in Street Fighter 6?
I mean, she seems like an interesting character. I was just shocked at all the damn discourse once this. I'm just like it's a character on a roster. Is it really that damn deep? Just don't pick them. Like that's how I feel about people getting angry about fighters getting added to certain games these days. Like at least with Smash, we had like reasons because franchise fandoms. This is just people being annoying.
Well, she was purposely excluded from Smash because of how she looks.
Yeah,
right. People can't behave themselves.
Pretty much. That's why I was saying. That's why I was saying a lot of incels were like, "That's not the same Mai." I'm like, you are the ones that came from DOA looking for new content. Let it go.
Unfortunately, they came from DOA where Mai was probably at one of her best iterations.
Fair, but no. Like I said, I still can't wait to play. That's still on my back order list for Street Fighter 6. But just as a side note, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Also, there's rumors of Super Street Fighter 6 coming out this year.
Would not be surprised because I mean it's popular. Although it may not be popular right now because of, I understand, certain rollbacks and buffs. So a lot of people are not really happy with 6 right now. But I mean, there's going to be a lot of people playing that at EVO this year.
Every time I fight an Akama, it still goes back to SpongeBob. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
There you go.
I actually saw that episode, and I immediately thought of that conversation. More time we got to teach this lesson, old man. Oh, that's still funny. But other trailers that we do got, guys. This one for Mortal Kombat 1, because, well, we already know there's not going to be a Mortal Kombat 2, at least not following this vein, that decided to show us Conan the Barbarian. And yes, who you think it is actually voicing it. But yeah, let me know what you think.
What grieves me most is that you murdered my pets.
Pets? They were monsters. Finally, another swordsman.
You seem way too excited for this fight.
Beware of Shang Tsung. He is a snake.
I know what to do with snakes.
Finish him. Fatality. Conan wins. Flawless victory.
All right, fellas. So that was the trailer for Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns with Conan the Barbarian. As you can see, being a part of this for Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns, I'm gonna throw this around the room because I'm gonna be kind of honest. I am not impressed.
I feel like is it me or just has like a weird swing speed for a swordsman? Like it seemed like it wasn't fluid. Like I get he's still like he's fighting like a barbarian who happens to have a sword.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a decent character to add in, but it just that was the weird thing. It just his animation seemed off to me.
That is just. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trafar.
Yeah, I thought they said they couldn't get Arnold to voice him. I thought that was somebody else.
No, it's Chris Cox. He also did Arnold as the Terminator in MK11.
Right.
Oh, I think that's who I was thinking of. And then cool, but this is the end of DLC content for them, right?
No, we got the T1000.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Right. We do got another one coming.
Yeah, but it's just I just can't get past the. It just.
It's just Tusk.
Yeah, but it's Tusk on fast forward.
I disagree. I think it's Tusk on rewind. Tusk from
Killer Instinct,
2016 is much more fluid. The He-Man character from that knockoff toys fighting game is more fluid than this one.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't. It's like, okay, I didn't expect a lot of a lot of moves for Conan the Barbarian. I didn't expect it, but it's like, no offense, NetherRealm, did you guys even try?
Well, there's not really. You got to think about it. This is how I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Those movies, Conan does not do a lot in those movies in terms of fighting. Like he takes 2 swipes, and the dudes are usually dead.
True.
You don't have that big of a move list to go from.
But he also uses more than just his sword in his hands. I mean, incorporate some type of creativity is what I'm getting at.
The smart thing to do would have been to incorporate the Conan from Conan the Adventurer, the animated series, where he had more things like the shield, the phoenix and the shield, had like call out his buddies, like the chick with the ninja stars or the dude with the star metal staff or whatever.
Yeah.
but
But
like I don't
it
know. It's
it
weird.
just I'm just gonna be honest. It's like how in the blue it's almost like it's incomplete. I got an incomplete feeling. It's like this is what you guys had described together because Mortal Kombat 1 after Chaos Reigns, that's pretty much it. But it's just like this doesn't inspire confidence in those that paid for the season pass and the combat pass. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I don't believe Mortal Kombat needs to be in the top 8.
It just
It's just not in a great place.
it really isn't, and I hate to say that. That's why I'm a little bit afraid to see what T1000 is going to be. I hate to say that, although T1000 should be a lot more creative, just because you're a living metal exoskeleton that can do any type of form you want.
Or they can just rip off Glacius's move list.
Also, that too, but
Yeah.
that too. But it's just I'm just like, wow, this is what we got from NetherRealm, which usually gives us some surprising fight characters. But I mean, you even made Ghostface look good, and Ghostface is just you know what? Let me leave it alone. I'm just saying, NetherRealm, you can do better. But speaking of other games we're getting at, guys, because we do have a couple more trailers before we get to our episode reviews. Bleach Rebirth of Souls, as it's getting closer to that coming out, decide to explain its combat system, and
You don't have to play all of it, right? Because this is like a 6-minute video.
nah, I'm gonna stop it at 3 minutes because I kind of have a bone to pick with this.
Bless
But-
you.
But for all those who haven't seen it, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, this is the explanation of the fight system.
Each swing of the sword is a reflection of the soul, a manifestation of emotion, and a path to true strength. Even when obstacles block your path, let your sword define you as the victor. With your resilience, overturn the tide of battle. It is time to grip your sword, sharpened only in the heat of battle. Bleach Rebirth of Souls is the ultimate fighting action game where swords clash, strategies shift, and the tide of battle turns in an instant. Sanjutsu, Hakuda, Ho-Ho, Kido, and the sword Zanpakuto, each wielding unique powers. Soul Reapers master these techniques to dominate in battle. Let's guide you through their legendary combat styles. The foundation of sword combat lies in mastering gaps and strategy. Choose your actions, attack, guard, or breaker by carefully observing your opponent's movements and maintaining the perfect distance. Each action is part of a three-way deadlock, so use them wisely to exploit openings and unleash powerful combos. Your ultimate goal? Deplete your opponent's Reishi health gauge and claim victory. There are two types of combos, the quick attack combo for rapid strikes, and the flash attack combo for devastating power. Each character's sword has a different gap, strong action, and speed. So it's important to judge how characters can succeed in attacking at a favorable distance. Heat up the battle with reverse actions, powerful moves that can be unleashed by consuming your gauge. Utilize chain reverse moves to seamlessly follow up your attacks. Blow away any opponents with a burst reverse. Soul Reverse recovers Reishi automatically over time and enhances the step. Turn the tide of battle by extending your combos with Follow Up Ho-Ho and Counter, which evades attacks and strikes your opponent from behind. To secure victory, you must deplete your opponent's Reishi and destroy their entire Konpaku, their remaining life force. Deal enough damage and you'll unlock the powerful Kikon move, capable of destroying your opponent's Konpaku. Mastering the flow of the sword fight and successfully executing the Kikon move will be the key to your victory. Even if your opponent gains the upper hand and your Reishi and Konpaku are weakened, there's always a chance to turn the tide of battle. Fighting spirit builds up as you battle, allowing you to activate the Awakening state, unleashing a powerful reversal reminiscent of the intense battles in Bleach. Awakening boosts your stats and alters certain characters' actions, unlocking new potential in the heat of battle. Kikon Channel is triggered by accumulating more fighting spirit while awakened. This unleashes a more powerful Kikon move, capable of reversing the situation with a single devastating strike. This thrilling reversal action is the ultimate highlight of Bleach Rebirth of Souls, where every battle can turn in an instant.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop it right there just because that it goes to the advanced battle system. It's really just repeating itself at this moment. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But the reason why I say I have a bone to pick with this is I don't
know
mind.
what the hell they're talking about.
No, not just that. not just that. I feel like you should let the gameplay of an actual match explain itself, because it really it's almost as if, okay, for all those that's played fighting games or played any type of games, you have a tutorial first. You have the option of either taking it or not taking it. That's what you want in a video game. You don't want it in a system trailer. Now, I get that you want to explain parts of the fighting system, but again, let your gameplay explain it, and people will either make a decision up out of it. If you kind of explain it to the point to where you kind of sound like Ben Stein, you kind of put people to sleep. And don't get me wrong, I love Bleach, love the mangas, love Thousand Year Blood War, love the animes, love the OVAs. I just think that for advertising Rebirth of Souls as the next game in the under the title, you could have found a better way to explain the battle system. That's just me. But what do you guys think?
He said a lot of things. I didn't retain most of it.
My point.
Okay, so I just said Willow trailer. This is from Bleach Heat the Soul 6. Let's look at this real quick compared to what we just saw and see if we understand it better, even though it's utterly in Japanese.
I love how you just said the other part of it. Hang on, give me a second. That was funny. I'm sorry. That part was funny when you said it.
Heat the Soul 6 with slight combat. Heat the Soul 6. What do we say there?
Is this Heat the Soul? This game is Heat the Soul 6 just on steroids.
Yeah.
Good old.
Bleach! よう、みんな元気か？黒崎一護だ。待たせたな。ヒート・ザ・ソウルシリーズ最新作、ブリーチヒート・ザ・ソウル6、ついに出るぜ。プレイステーションポータブル専用ブリーチゲームの最高峰。ヒート・ザ・ソウルはブリーチのあの興奮をそのまま楽しめる 3D 対戦格闘ゲームだぜ。
くれやるようになったな。
今回ストーリーモードのボリュームがすごい。死神大後編から最新シーズンまでファン待望のテレビアニメ全シーズンの収録を実現。フル 3D で忠実に再現した名勝負の数々。俺たちの戦いの歴史を体感してくれ。お前これ
謝れへんぞ。
キャラクター数もシリーズ最多の70以上が登場だ。死神をはじめバイザード、アランカル、エスパーダも参戦。敵同士味方同士あらゆるタッグバトルも可能。ブリーチの全てがここに集結だ。
ぼやぼやしてんなよ。
さらにやり込み要素も大充実。チャンピオンシップをやり込むほどにキャラクターカスタマイズの幅が大きく広がるぜ。お気に入りのキャラクターを強くしてブリーチの歴史を塗り替えろ。
一気に型をつけるぜ。
この足と戦う気か。
ヒート・ザ・ソウルシリーズが初めてというみんなには丁寧なチュートリアル、練習モードを俺たちが用意してるから安心してくれよ。全てのブリーチファンに送る最高のヒート・ザ・ソウル、ここに参上。プレイステーションポータブル専用 3D 対戦格闘ゲームブリーチヒート・ザ・ソウル6、5月14日。
Now look at this. I can understand a word old boy said And yet that trailer was more interesting than Rebirth of Souls we just watched.
Yeah, it's Heat the Soul 6 and the Wii. It's Heat the Soul 6 on launch with the combat system of the Wii game and the story of the PS3 game. Because why in 2025 are we stopping at Aizen again? Like I can't stand I still think the Fullbring arc was absolutely useless, but we could at least go there.
I mean, we could. But I'm sorry, Joe. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying, like, the trailer just shows, like, hey, we got 70 characters. We got story mode. We got tournament mode. We got character customization. We got what if mode. We got tag team mode. We got tag team supers. At no point in time did we ever hear, like, you got to get his Kompaku down to, like, half to manage just to get things like, no. If you go
I feel like you didn't say half those. Yeah, I feel like you didn't say
hit a
half.
transformation button. What? Sorry?
So what's far?
I'll say yes. With your heritage, I feel like I don't share it, but I can tell he was butchering half those words. Like he went in, did one take, it was like, all right, that's it for me. But my bad.
That's how they should. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
No, it's just. But again, I see the point Joe is making. The correlation. You can see Heat the Soul 6, and it's like, okay, I want to play it. Don't get me wrong. Will I still play Rebirth of Souls? Yes. Did it need the long introduction of the fight system? No. There were other ways you really could have done that.
Right into it and highlighted some of the best stuff from those modes.
Pretty much. That's
also that game is 16 years old now.
Still, and yet it did better than a trailer that just came out yesterday. I'm just saying. But
once they got into advanced combat, you could have that could have been its own video. Sparking gave us like 50 trailers, and we liked all of them.
Yes, and I love that you brought up Sparking, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, just because just today they dropped a DLC pack called the Hero of Justice pack. And if you haven't seen this or you haven't seen Dragon Ball Superhero, you might want to mute this or come back in 2 minutes.
Damn these things.
I will protect my family. A superhero never surrenders. Who are you? Yeah! Foul aliens, your wicked schemes, and now you better not have touched a hair on my daughter's head. A transformation? We planned for this contingency. The real fight starts now. I won't let you get away with this! All evildoers must be eliminated!
It's do or die time!
Looks like this calls for a superhero. Come on, do better! I was expecting a lot more out of you. Your little upgrade is cute, but it won't be nearly enough to keep up with me.
Let me show you my new upgrade. Shenron gave me quite a bit extra. This is mine! Full power!
How can this be? As a fellow creation of Dr. Hedo, it is my responsibility to stop you.
There was no choice. Was I a real superhero?
I'll take it from here! all you've got? I'm giving this everything I've got! Take this! Special beam cannon!
Now, I want to stop it right there just because of the season pass. Of course, with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is already out, DLC 1 is Hero of Justice, as you see right there. We do get the four forms of Piccolo, including Mountain Dew Piccolo, Cell Max, Beast Gohan, and of course, the other 3 versions of Gohan and the other 2 Superheroes 1 and 2, along with costumes, 3 custom battles. The one thing I was going to really point out is that DLC 2 and 3 seem to be surrounding Dragon Ball Daima.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Say what?
That makes sense. Like I can see DLC 1 being Goku, Glorio, Vegeta, and Ku, and then DLC 3 being like level 3 Vegeta, Todoroki 2 and 3, Do, and then whatever the final boss is going to be.
I can see that too. But Safari, any thoughts on it?
I don't know. I've always felt weird, even since Tenkaichi, where they call all the transformations a separate character. I'm like, that. It's we're getting like 5 people, not whatever 10 or whatever the hell they list up there. But it's decent. They said it was coming. At least the rollout is decent for it. I respect that much. Yeah, I think Sparking did just fine sales-wise. I don't know why everybody tries to act like concurrent Steam players is the measurement of a game these days.
That part.
But yeah, it's fine. People will play it. People will like it. I think Shueisha, whoever handles the manga, is holding those new forms in a chokehold, though. They refuse to let those see color.
But that's the thing that bothers me. It's like you said, just really quickly, because of how many players are playing a game does not determine its success, especially Steam-wise, because Steam is only able to play games that are only on Steam. It's just like it's like Helldivers 2 all over again. Helldivers 2 had a great number of subscribed players. Then they tried to institute PlayStation needing verified accounts. PC players got mad. PC players stopped playing Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 sub count crashed. Oh, Helldivers 2 is a terrible game. And yet, turn around, they're just now going into their now second DLC, and the player count has increased. So it's really irrelevant because, again, if you have a great game and you have developers that listen to their community, people are going to play it regardless. But yeah, I just can't stand folks using Steam subscriber counts to decide if a game is successful or not, because that just means that you're trying to do instant gratification when it takes time in certain games that you're still working on to actually reach potential. Don't believe me? Cyberpunk 2077 is a great example. Everybody hated it at the beginning. Now, people can't stop talking about it and still doing multiple playthroughs. But again, I digress. But Joe, anything you want to add to the Sparking Zero?
No, not really, because like I said, Far pretty much says like we were getting 5 characters. Truthfully, wants to have Gohan have the giant the Drew Carey glasses on his base form.
Damn, I can't unsee it now. Now I can't unsee it. Drew Carey.
That was my thing. I'm like, what's going to be the difference in moveset between glasses and weighted gear on and off?
I would say nothing, honestly, outside of the fact
less punches.
Maybe.
Although Beast Gohan, that's going to be fun to play with. Although everybody's like, but is he on the same level as Ultra Instinct and Perfect and Alter Ego?
Yes.
Yeah, to an extent.
To an extent, right? I mean, you are. It is. I mean, we're talking divine forms versus unknown territory because of Gohan's hidden. Not Gohan. Gohan's hidden potential.
It's manga.
Yeah, I need to read that last chapter. Still, we had a 6-way brawl between three full blood Saiyans and 3 half breeds.
Yep.
Gohan, if he powers up to the point of almost losing it, can hit Ultra Instinct Goku. And Super Saiyan Broly is strong enough to go toe to toe normally with Beast Gohan.
That's still crazy, isn't it? Considering the fact that we used to use Brawly as the measuring stick. Still, I'm sorry, that still sticks with me because Brawly used to be the measuring stick.
The Gentle Frog Ninja Giant is the strongest
because he has no limit. But
he's also a frog.
Huh?
He's also a frog.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a frog. But the last trailer we got, guys, kind of curious about this one because this was a Microsoft one that released the Blood of the Daywalker. I'm going to be honest, it is parts that I have an issue with this that, you went 80% cinematic and 10% gameplay.
Is this the Blade game?
No. Similar, but you'll see what I mean momentarily.
Why is it called Blood of the Daywalker?
I know. Blood of Dawn Walker. I call it Daywalker. Just roll with me.
Must be here somewhere.
It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her!
You gave us quite the chase, young man.
Please, sir. She's just a child!
Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended
Lunka! My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilt carelessly like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
Okay, so that, guys, was the trailer for Blood of Dawn Walker. Like I said, 95% cinematic trailer, 5% of actual gameplay. This is the part where I'm talking about where I get it. You want a game to show Xbox. Xbox needs a win right now, considering the fact that they just can't seem to get ahead. But like I said, it should have been half gameplay. It should have been half sim and half gameplay. You didn't need the whole backstory, which really should have been a part of the game itself. But will this keep me from not playing, or at least be more finding more about it? Absolutely not. As the gameplay reveal seems to be surrounded about the summertime, so I'm guessing it's going to be around Summer of Games or another Xbox developer direct that might be a part of this. It's just that outside of this and Rebirth of Souls, do we just feel like they're not getting it right when it comes to trailers now with new games, or is it just me?
I mean, the cinematic was fine, but yeah, it just, if that's all we're gonna get for gameplay, you could have kept that till the gameplay trailer was actually ready. Like, announcement trailer, fine, but it's an interesting concept. But yeah, just let me know you actually have stuff to show off with the mechanics. I don't need a teaser to then go to another teaser months out.
My thoughts exactly, because again, it's like, what are we like? What are you really talking about at this point? That's how great the graphics are. That your pre alpha footage looks awesome, but it doesn't reflect the true product of what you're putting out there. At the same time, you're kind of giving us a little bit Soul Reaver, a little bit Assassin's Creed vibes out of all this. But yeah, Joe, what do you think?
It's fine. This is not my thing, but this will definitely hold over those people that are still waiting for Elder Scrolls 6 that was announced in 2016.
True. I mean, I want to give it a shot. Like I said, it seems an interesting concept because, when's the last time we actually had a decent vampire game? Because I don't think the Blade game is like the same. The Blade game is kind of like the Blade movie. GTA 6 has a better chance of coming out than that does. But like I said, it could be better. Like I said, between that and Bleach Rebirth Souls, it just seems like it could be better. That's just my opinion. But that also being said, guys, we do have a couple of reviews to go through before we get to our comic book pulls. I did want to bring this up because Joe had me hooked on this, so I blame him entirely for this. Sakamoto Days, which is now currently available to stream on Netflix. I think episode 1, I think now episode 2 has become available, if I'm not mistaken.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Thank you. But episode 1, again, I haven't read the manga. That's on my list to read it. So I have no idea outside of what Joe has told me as far as the premise of this. I'll put this way, just to sum it up really quickly. A hitman that retired and basically had kids and a wife, but his life has caught up to him and an apprentice, which he surprisingly befriends easily. But at the same time, the skills that, everybody thought he didn't have, he really does have. Because I'll just say this, and then I'll throw it to everybody else. The man stops chopsticks. The man stops bullets with chopsticks, and does it in smooth fashion. But for me, first episode, loved it. I'm hooked. What do you guys think?
Go ahead.
We're double again.
Oh, I got you. Try now.
I'm very far in the manga, so I'm kind of half watching it because I know way too much. But it's what if John Wick and family ran a convenience store and then shenanigans.
Fair.
And we have a grown-up Anya from Spy Family, because he is apparently mind-reading or clairvoyant psychic to some extent.
Yeah, it's clairvoyant.
Okay.
And it has a connection to the WWE. Alexa Bliss will be voicing I don't know if she voices the wife or she voices the Triad Girl.
The Triad Girl.
Okay, there we go.
Oh no, I am hooked. Like I said, between Sakamoto Days, I have to go back and read the manga, but as far as the first episode, definitely hooked on that. again, if you haven't seen it, episode 1 is available on Netflix. Episode 2 will be available tomorrow. Knowing Netflix, it might be like 3 a.m. or something, depending. But I know, Joe, did you want to cover Skeleton Crew from Star Wars, or did you want to leave it be?
It was fine. I didn't really enjoy the finale. It was kind of just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like, I understand a lot of people really liked it, but to me, it's just like, call in the X-Wings. We win. Yay.
That's all it really was. That's really all it was.
I mean, to me, that's all it really was. Like, there was no big, like, turn, or no one learned, like, a big lesson. It's just, couldn't call it the X-Wings. They know how to fight pirates.
Okay, because I know the last time I saw it that, Jude Law's character was picking up the lightsaber, and it's like, he's not a Jedi, he's Force sensitive, so that, it does explain his imperative to the Force.
There is some other stuff in there, but it's just like, on the surface level, I was not impressed. Things that did impress me. Kineko Man, Perfect Large Number arcs restarted. Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Red Ranger in Another Universe. That thing's golden. That is great. They are doing some really great marketing. Like, they are actually marketing the actual Sentai, which is Adhesive Sentai Kizu Ranger, because they repair the bonds broken by thing. It's great. It's like a whole Band-Aid and everything. I think they're going to actually sell the Megazord and the Hench Embrace.
I just have
distributor.
I did watch the first episode. It was interesting. Because I'm like, I kept thinking in my head, how much of this has went by Ham? Well, Saban doesn't own it anymore, but still, the fact that you're really getting away with telling a Power Ranger story without actually calling it Power Rangers.
This is like the 3rd year in a row where we've had a good Sentai anime. Or a good tokusatsu anime. So, this one in particular, like, he pulled out the canon. It's like Marriage Gatling, First Date Spray Blast, Proposal Heavy Beam.
Just the name. The name.
I know, I love it so much. And the fact that they actually do call us, like, no one stand behind him when he transforms. It's terrible. It's terrifying. That poor little mage girl.
I was going to say, Tafara, you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, have you?
No, I didn't catch the finale yet. I'm behind on almost every show.
Same way. But yeah, definitely did enjoy that. Like I said, not really too much left. I know we did cover, in our big catch-up episode the last week before we did catch up on a lot of the season enders. But Dragon Ball Daima also actually had an interesting episode. I kind of had to go back and rewatch it because a lot of it kind of flew over my head. But Joe, you said it was setting up for other parts in the story, right?
Yeah, we're in the first Demon World. All 3 Dragon Balls are practically one spot now. We are introduced to the not quite Ginyu squad.
That was still funny.
Yeah,
that was great.
Beerus's people?
No, the 5 elite guards for the Demon King.
Right.
God, I sound terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they have their own Ginyu squad, kind of.
The poses were kind of close. That's almost there was a few choice poses that were real close.
They were really on the nose with that.
But still, it was still a good episode. Like I said, it's one of those things you have to catch. Outside of that, fellas, any other show recaps we need to cover or things that you guys have seen?
Not that I've seen. I know a lot of people have been. Castlevania Nocturne finally dropped.
Oh yeah,
yes, I have to start watching that tomorrow.
I know a lot of people telling me to check that out, so I might go through that one this weekend.
Yeah, that definitely did drop, and I can't. And knowing Netflix, they'll probably. I don't know if Netflix dropped the full slate or they sat there and went one episode at a time. I really don't know that. I know the first time they went the full slate. It could be the same thing for this one as well.
Yeah, I think all 8 are out.
Yeah, I think it's all.
Cool. So that gives me something to watch this weekend.
Oh yeah. Nearly the entirety of the Macross franchise dropped on Hulu.
Who let the vault open?
No, this is so that people can get introduced to Macross proper. Like the only thing that's not on there is season 1 Robotech Macross and the movie version Do You Remember Love. Other than that, Macross 7, the OVAs, the movie Macross 7 Dynamite, Macross Frontier, its OVAs, its 2 movies, its short film, and then Macross Delta, its 2 movies are all on Hulu. Subtitle. Also somewhat minorly edited in certain weird areas.
Define weird.
They cut out a kiss, but leave like full frontal nudity in Macross Flashback 2012, which is just a music video compilation movie for Do You Remember Love with new animation and mid-May getting ready to go on the Mega Road 1 to go into space.
Yeah.
On her farewell concert.
That's
so like it's weird, but I mean it's a good music, good gorgeous thing shown. It's just super weird their editing choices. Oh, also Macross Zero is on there, both OVA and movie version, and Macross Delta OVA and movie version.
Huh. Well, that's good to know. At least that's plenty of stuff to watch from there. Since Disney has basically encapsulated everything, so that makes sense. But yeah, any other shows or news or anything else, guys, that we missed that we need to catch up on?
Oh yeah, Disney. We don't need a Gender Swap Holes reboot, and Warner Brothers. I don't know if you saw Skeleton Crew and said, "I think the fuck not," but we don't need a new Goonies either. Like
they're trying their hardest. They are trying their hardest.
Doesn't that say Gremlins 3?
Yep, the pending script.
New Goonies and another.
I don't know. The original director's back, so I kind of have some faith in it.
But do we really need another Goonies and another Gremlin? Oh, excuse me, another Gremlins?
Gremlins can be fun. It could either be the original one where it's a dark horror comedy, or it could be a light horror comedy like Gremlins 2.
See, I mean, you're not wrong. It's just that
Is it necessary?
Thank you. Is it necessary? I mean, that's the part I struggle with. Is it necessary? Because if it's necessary, okay, I it is. I accept it. It is what it is. But it's just, do we really need it right now? That's the big thing. It's like, do we really need it, or are we just, is it just a part? Is just par for the course? That's the way I feel about it. I know I sound like an old man that's just like, do we really need another Gremlins? Do we really need another Goonies? I'm used to the originals. That's just me. It's hard to top Gremlins in New York. That's all I'm saying. What were you saying, Safari?
Maybe for next year, because Marvel's got a heavy slate for this year alone. So good luck with that competition.
Right, but I'm just saying. But aside from that, anything else, guys?
I got nothing.
Joe?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to our comic book pools. Again, we are working on a new platform because StreamYard said run your pockets, and Streamlabs said we'll take you. So, again, guys, a lot of stuff we are going to be updating since we're on a new platform. But again, if you are in the Middle Tennessee area, definitely check out Rake's Comic City, Nashville's #1 go-to place for comic books, for mangas, collector's items, Funko Pops, you name it, they got it. 2 locations, Nashville, Tennessee, and in Clarksville, Tennessee. Let them know the guys at Get Bit sent you. It does not get you any discounts, but again, they show us love because I have our faces on their television. So we definitely want to send people there because, again, it's an experience. Sure, you can go to Barnes and Noble. Sure, you can order from Amazon. Sure, you can read comic books online. But the thing is, guys, going to a comic book store is an experience that should be shared by all, not just on Free Comic Book Day, but we still want you there anyway. So definitely check out Rake's Comic City if you are in the Middle Tennessee area. If you are not, please support your local bookstores. Please support your local comic book stores. Please support your local libraries, guys. These are places, especially libraries. Libraries carry the most up-to-date comics, mangas, and video games. I found that out just last year. Libraries carry video games. So, again, support these places, guys, because they definitely need your patronage. They also need your dollars. They need your help because, let's be honest, these places are disappearing and you will miss them when they're gone. So support your local libraries, support your local bookstores, support your local comic book stations, local comic book stores. Although if it is a station, cool. But guys, give your support, give your dollars. You will miss them when they're gone. But Joe, I see that you got a comic books up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
Yep, we're looking at Spider-Man number 65, The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. This is written by Derek Landy with art by Kevin Walker and inks by Kevin Walker and Wade Von Graubradger. Pete's had enough of the Cinerak business and quits. Just because he just can't take it anymore. Coulson, who is the new version of Death, because the original Death became a new Infinity Stone, and has made Coulson the new version of Death, just like looks at Peter's life, and he's like, okay, no, this kid's had it really hard, and he didn't need to see what I was shown. Really, like, everyone's trying to talk Peter out. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired of this.
No, that last issue did him. That last challenge to relive despair 1,000 times over, I quit too.
Well, he says he's fine with the old ones because he understands it, but it's like the new deaths that got him.
Yeah, the fact that he's used to. It was a funny part when he was telling the person, "Well, I'm used to holding weight," and she's like, "Not like this." And I mean, reliving everything, Jesus. But again, that's just me.
Yep. Next up, we got Miles Morales, number 29. Written by Cody Ziegler, art by Danielle De Nucleo, and colors by Brian Valendia. This is just the continued fight between the champions of Bastion and Nonce, while Nonce keeps screwing with Miles as the fight goes on to teach him lessons and morals and stuff. The whole fight. Literally the whole fight.
Anansi did screw with him though, but
oh god, yeah.
But I mean, he is a trickster. So again, the fact that he wanted Miles as his what do you call him? His herald?
Avatar.
Or did he call him, thank you. That was interesting. I had to sit there and be like, dang, how many times you gonna keep on screwing with his head and not let up at all?
I was like, would you just let them get on with it? I don't want them here.
Bass, yeah, she was pissed. She was beyond pissed. But yep, no, fair point.
Next up, we got Ultimate Wolverine. This is written by Chris Condon, art by Alexandra Cappuccio, and colors by Brian Valencia. New Ultimate Wolverine, where Wolverine was taken by Russian Weapon X to hunt down mutant splinter cells, and ends up killing two very prominent X characters in this book.
That was different. That was really different. And the fact that Wolverine hasn't said two words.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's the Weapon X thing. It's almost the Weapon X story. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I really like this. So, I mean, but at the same time, him taking out those two characters, that was interesting. But I'm willing to give another issue just to see if we're going to have a silent Wolverine or are we just going to have a different kind of Wolverine, considering the fact that technically he's supposed to be dead. But I'm down to read issue number 2.
Yep. Also Wolverine, but this is Laura Kenny Wolverine. This is written by Erica Schultz with art by Giada Belvizio and colors by Rachel Rosenberg. Laura runs into Elektra, and they are trying to track down a mutant being taken hostage by anti-mutant groups. Because this particular one is a bomb-type mutant, so they're wanting to use it for a terrorist act. I really enjoyed it because I like seeing Laura teamed up with Elektra.
Yeah.
It's just a good dynamic.
Although Elektra was kind of given a let's run you through this hero thing because you got killing down, but let's try other approaches, which was interesting. But no, it was a good issue too. Uh-oh.
No, I didn't blow my nose.
He's back.
Okay, you're good.
Next up, we got
Are we
Storm.
Say what?
Are we minus a delay over here now too?
Echo.
I don't hear anything.
No, we're good.
Okay.
This is Storm number 4, written by Mariwa
Iodele.
Iodeli.
Yeah.
With also written by Lucas Wernick. With I have no idea who is drawing and who's art by Lucas Wernick and lettering by Travis Lanham. Let me think. What is in this? Storm goes to see Doom because Doom invites her. She has dinner because Doom apparently got her mother's gumbo recipe.
Mm-hmm.
We see just how many knives Storm can actually pack onto her. Doom gives Storm her powers back. A demon comes and immediately takes away, and then Storm becomes Cosmic Storm.
Yeah, which was kind of odd. Kind of odd that, I mean, I guess they're still going with the voice of Soul, which would explain her cosmic powers, but I like the fact that Doom, if say what you want about Doom, he does dinner etiquette well.
Yes. Oh, the food's not up to standard. Bring the chef out. We're going to immediately draw and quarter him.
Pretty much. You can't say he does. You cannot say he does not go for Michelin star food service.
He is Doom. Rogue, the Savage Land. This is written by Tim Seeley with art by Zumila Scotto Ludovia. Caused by Rachel Rosenberg. This canonically takes place immediately after X-Men 274, where Rogue throws herself into the Siege Perilous. This is an old storyline, but we're filling in blanks here with this series. So this is just Rogue in the Savage Land. No powers, having to team up with Magneto and Kazar.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to kind of go back and redo it, but it's like, I know for me, read it once, I'm good.
Yep. And then rounding it out, we got G.I. Joe number 3, written by Josh Williamson, art by Tom Riley, and colors by Jordi Belair. Clutch is not dead. He is snuck into the Cobra base. Cobra Law tries to assassinate Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander has no problem dealing with the dude, which I love to death.
Right.
And Duke about just tries to get a big old drag out fight with somebody, and Stalker has to break it up. And then they have to go after a scientist. And then it's revealed we get next issue is going to be dealing with Tomat and Zaymart.
That was still a good issue, though. The whole idea was really surprised about Duke's decision at that point, but I understand.
I like that they're still befuddled by the fact that Cobra has laser guns.
Right. And no one's asking questions about I kind of feel like I'm pulling out too far right now. Nobody's asking questions about the humongous Decepticon that's just sitting in their midst.
No, remember Megatron's out and about in the desert now.
Oh, that's right. Megatron is loose. You're right. Megatron is loose in this one. But again, nobody's asking questions.
Using laser beak as his eyes.
That's still funny.
Yeah, but that's all the comics for this week.
All right. Well, thank you for that, good sir. And as we pretty much wrap this up, guys, again, apologies for audio or video issues. Like I said, we have moved to a new platform, so it might take a second to get the kinks out. We thank you still for rocking with us and for commenting, for letting people know this is live. We certainly appreciate it. Before we do get out of here, we want to let people know what we're doing. So first, I'm going to see if this is going to work. And it does. So Tafari, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Cardio, literally. Well, let people know what you're doing, sir.
Yeah, I'm still posting pretty regularly on all my platforms. It's mostly just highlights of what I'm doing each day on stream, which I don't even know if I'll be able to get those anymore because TikTok is leaving. So I don't even know if I'll be able to get the proper format for that anymore. That's going to be interesting. Damn, that just hit me just now. But yeah, I'm live every day this month on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Fanbase. Just doing a walkathon. I'm playing different games every day, running through the retro catalog. Um, I've had suggestions for these last couple days: Sonic Shuffle, Battle Stadium DON, True Crime Streets of LA, Shadow the Hedgehog, Storm 2, Arkham City, Zatch Bell Moto Fury, War of the Monsters. Come back on the 20th. We'll be playing the other Dance Dance Revolution game I have, IGPX, Star Wars, the trilogy, the original trilogy, not the original trilogy. The first Lego Star Wars game with the prequels, and possibly a combo of Game Boy games on the N64. So we will give those a shot. I'm also doing farming for businesses. If anybody knows anybody, I'm doing 28 days of Black unboxings on for Black History Month. I'm trying to get a head start on it now. So far, I've had 4 people offer to participate, looking for another 24. So if y'all know anybody, feel free to say anything.
Nice. Hey, it worked. I was worried that the screen wouldn't pull back in time. All right, cool. Joe, want to let people know what you're doing, sir?
I sound awful, so we'll keep it short. Ultraman stuff with Tafari and giant stompy robot games like that to Titanfall. We will still do Grendizer once I get done with Titanfall. Out of that, planning to move, so not too much beyond that. Probably will look at mine in February.
All right, nice.
I sound like Kermit the Frog.
Say what? You feel like Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog.
Well, unless you start singing "It's Not Easy Being Green," go for it. I'm sorry, I was wrong. That was wrong. I apologize. But thank you for that, guys. Shameless plugging. I'll just keep this one short and sweet because, like I said, we're still doing with the audio. So if you're still rocking with us, we appreciate it. BlurredStation.com. Cannot stress this enough, guys. Please, this is a spot that is basically our table where our patronage, our dollars should be going to. Tubi is great, but Tubi is owned by the same guys who own Fox, and Tubi only got rich because of us. It's time we gave ourselves an upgrade. So again, if you can, check out BlurredStation.com, hit the Join Now button, select the Blurred's Eye View Affinity membership, select myself, Black Spartan, or Tafara TV, or anybody there. It is $10.99 a month to view Blurred Station, $10.99 a month to view and stream it. After 36 months, you get a chance to own a piece of Blurred Station. It's never been so easy to own a piece of a media network. But definitely check out BlurredStation.com. It is the table that we've always asked for. Speaking of another table, APR TV or AlwaysPressRecord.com. Why do we talk about this show? Because shows like Blurred's Eye View, shows like Give It Podcast, shows like How the Frack We Got Here, and many other shows are available in this network that you can view on your desktop, on your computer, and your smart device via the APR TV app. Again, another table for us, by us, for us to enjoy. So simply put, guys, download APR TV to your smart devices and enjoy the streaming because, again, we'll thank you for it because we simply cannot do this without you. As for myself, guys, I have to put myself on there. There we go. You can find me, Black_Spartan615 on the interwebs. I usually do reviews on everything. Like to talk to everybody. Just don't be weird. I don't feel like I want to have this whole blocking thing. At the same time, guys, the podcast can still be seen where a podcast can be seen or heard, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or pretty much everywhere. We try to be everywhere. Like, share, subscribe, follow everybody here. Because again, your support is what we need right now. I know I'm not saying this simply because TikTok may or may not disappear by the 19th, but again, when one social media app goes down, another one comes up. They're basically hydras. But for us guys, we would love to grow, and we would love to grow with you. But like I said, it sounds like PBS, but we simply cannot do this without you. That being said, guys, we should be back here next Friday. Sam Get Bit time, Sam Get Bit channel. I know for a lot of us, it is a holiday for Martin Luther King, which was on January 15th, but it'll actually be observed on Monday. Please, guys, educate yourselves. I cannot stress that enough about a civil rights icon and also those in the civil rights movement. Again, libraries, wonderful things. But take a chance to rest and relax if you're off. Get some peace because, well, there's something else happening on Monday, and we're not going to talk about it because we don't want to ruin your weekend. So with that being said, guys, we will definitely be back here again. Be nice, be kind, wash your ass, share your fandoms. Don't be a dick. Any last words, guys?
Oh yeah, we are doing sponsorships for BlurredCon. So if you or anyone in the nerdy space wants to advertise, on the website, live stream button you can click, and you can buy a tier or something, helping facilitate that. So we have cool stuff to offer because last time we just filled a lot of the gaps with me and my old content, and I know that can get old fast. So if you'd like to actually fill the void with whatever you have to sell or operate with, that is there.
Nice. Anything from API, Joe?
I mean, it's Chinese. It's Lunar New Year, so we got stuff going on. We forgot to bring up the big three things that happened in wrestling this week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cold. I won't say it was a cold day, but we'll probably cover that. Besides WWE and TNA having a partnership, Penta actually debuting on Raw on Netflix, and I'm missing one.
Vince is looking to buy a wrestling company again.
Oh dear God, it's like The Empire Strikes Back. Anyway, we're gonna leave you guys out. We're gonna leave it on a good note because my God, Vince buying another company. Anyway, he's been Tafari, he's been Joe, I've been Will. This has been the Give It Podcast, guys. Again, please take care of yourselves, each other. We will all get through this. Please watch out for the colds. Cold flu season is up. Peace, guys.